It's the normal show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Normal Show. As usual, I'm your host, Tyler, joined by, of course, producer Harry behind the scenes. And, yeah, crack that brewski open, dude. We're doing a bit of drinking. And Dave. Dave is here as well, and he is drinking as well. Guys, I hope you have your drinks with you right now. This is going to be a drinking episode. Also, if you can't tell, I'm wearing my alma mater's colors right now, University of Alabama. Shout out, Roll Tide. God damn it. So I thought it was only right that I wear this because this is where I really did most of my drinking, and this is where my drinking problem probably started. Nothing quite like a Mick Ultra on a Wednesday afternoon after you brush your teeth. I just brushed my teeth. This tastes really gross, and it's a bit warm. It's a bit warm of a beer. Oh, my Lord. I didn't really drink until I got to college, really. I drank every once in a while in high school. Like I would, okay. The first time I drank, I got super duper mega hammered, and then after that, in high school, I didn't really drink that much. I didn't know what a Four Loko was. I thought it was like kind of like a soda vibe, and I drank 2 of those, and I woke up thinking I just went to bed, dude. I was like, wow, guys, we went to bed at like 8 p.m. That's crazy. And they were like, no. You like peed in front of everybody. We were at a campsite, and I was just like pooping and peeing in front of everybody. I was like, guys, watch this. Psh, psh, which is probably pretty unnerving for them. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. Drank a lot in college. That's what you do at the University of Alabama. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the school, but you go down there, you study business, and you drink beer. See, it's coming back up already. I think it's listed as one of the like top party schools or whatever. Like when I was like, I'm going to the University of Alabama, my parents were like, okay, all right. And I did in fact study business, so I'm literally the stereotype of a guy that I wasn't in a frat though, so I got that going for me. But you know, I did study business, go to Bama, and I did drink pretty heavily, you know. But I did start out pre-med at least. That's something. That's got to count for something. I didn't start out business. I started out with dreams, you know? And then I was like, I guess marketing is my passion. I don't know. I only did that because my parents wanted me to be a doctor. My parents were like... And also, I have a twin sister, as you guys probably know. And they didn't want her to be a doctor. I was like, that's kind of a slap in the face. They're like, no, she's far too... She will never make it as a doctor. You're our only chance out. You're our only chance out. Neither of my parents are doctors, but they're like, you got to be a doctor. I'm like, okay, school teacher. Why don't I just become a school teacher? You know what I'm saying? Like, they were like, you got to be a doctor. So I studied pre-med. Ate shit in all of those classes. I'm not dumb, but I'm not, biochemistry smart. That's not, like, I could have passed. I could have gotten C's in med school and C's in pre-med undergrad. I could have passed, but good Lord, I didn't want to be a doctor. The only reason I even considered being a doctor was having my parents be proud of me and just swinging that dick around, dude. That's a huge dick to swing around. You're like, oh, what do you do? Oh, you're a mechanic? Hilarious. I'm a doctor. Everyone's like, whoa, holy shit, what a genius, what a noble career path. Even if you're some bullshit voodoo doctor, everyone's like, what the fuck? You're crazy. Whoa. So, that was in the back of my mind. And I was pre-med, and then I switched to business. Classes got hard, and I was like, suddenly, I have a passion for marketing, I think. I really want to study marketing. But I lied to my parents the whole time I was in college, damn near up until I graduated. They thought I was pre-med. They thought I was going to be a doctor. They were like, they'd text me all the time. They'd be like, how's physics, too? Since you're taking that one. I was like, this shit is crazy. You don't even want to know what's going on. And I'm learning about, like, the product life cycle and marketing 101. I'm enrolled in marketing 101 in a class of 200 of the dumbest people ever. And the professor's like, here's a product. And I'm like, wow, interesting. They're like, products are things that people buy. I'm like, whoa. And they think I'm learning, like, biochemistry or some shit. Do people do that? People lie to their parents all the time. But then it got to the point where it was like, it was getting crazy. It was like towards the end of my junior year. And they were like, hey, shouldn't you be applying to med school? And I was like, about that. Marketing. They were like, what? I was like, I've been marketing for quite some time. And my grandfather, I thought he was going to have a stroke. He did not like that. He said to me, he was like, marketing? That's like theater. I was like, first of all, no. Okay, theater's way worse. Theater's a million times worse. Theater's pretty useless. But, if my kid does marketing, I'll be like, all right, you're middle of the road guy. If he does theater, I'm going to be like, no, okay, that's follow your dreams, but you're not really going to. I know a guy that got a theater degree. You know what he does now? Repairs computers at like a one of those shops you see in like the shittiest strip mall you've ever seen in your life. Should I switch my major from theater to business marketing? Yes.
You?
I don't even have to read this. For the most part, marketing equals sales job. Just have a career in mind. Do a little research on some qualifications. Here's my thing, though. You do theater, you're going to work at your local shitty theater. And you're going to give shitty facts about your local theater. That's what you're going to do. Unless you do on... I'm really crushing dreams. Guys, if you're studying theater, that's fine. Okay? Business is not... I can't even sit on my high horse and be like, business is... The dumbest people I've ever known were marketing majors. Marketing is like very middle of the road. Everyone's marketing for guys. Guys are marketing, and the girl equivalent is psychology. That's what, if you're a girl studying psych, you're just middle of the road. That's whatever. You don't know what you're going to do, and that's fine. Okay? Unless you're going to grad school, in which case, whatever. But I've always said degrees are what you make of it. And look at this shit, dude. Hey, I'm drinking on a Wednesday. The shit's awesome. Marketing degree. But my parents were very upset. But they came around to it because I ended up getting a job where I sold surgical implants to surgeons. So I'm just standing right there. I'm like, it's pretty much the same thing. But I don't know. Drinking did not help. I drank the most my freshman and sophomore year, which is when I was pre-med. So my grades were tanking, and I was always a really good student. But it's just not a good influence, dude. I go from living with my parents that are like the strictest people you've ever met in your life. They're not that strict. I'm only saying that because they might watch this. They're pretty strict. But, you go from that to like freedom, let's go out on a Tuesday. You're like, fuck me. All right, I guess. So, kind of went off the rails a bit. Shout out my plug in Japan for giving me that fake ID. I hope you're still out there. He would email me horribly broken English. He'd be like, you want ID now thing? Maybe thing sometime? And I'd be like, yes. Yes, guy in Hong Kong. I would love that. Is Hong Kong in Japan? Let's cut that. Sorry, I've been drinking. I'm not good at geography when I drink. But I had...
Some people... sorry to cut you off. Some people would say Hong Kong's not even in China.
Really?
Right? Isn't that the thing? Dave, nod if that's right.
My Asian history is... I don't know too much about Asian history.
This doesn't matter, actually.
Fuck it. Look up Hong Kong. I'm curious now. It's Hong Kong and China. Is honors college worth it? Is Hong Kong a part of China? Is a special administrative region of China.
Yeah. See, okay.
Is it like how Puerto Rico is to the U.S.?
I think it's a little more.
It's probably a horrible analogy. Yeah.
Because the NBA got in trouble when people in the NBA were like, "We stand with the people of Hong Kong," but then China was like, "You can't say that."
Wow, interesting. Have you seen the stuff about the Chinese? They're called white monkeys. They hire Americans and they make them do... I feel weird even saying white monkey, but they make them do ridiculous jobs in China. They're pretty much just like... They do dumbass, stupid jobs, so the Chinese can make fun of them. There's a whole documentary about it on YouTube. I went down a huge rabbit hole recently. But the athletes and the foreign exchange students were all in my dorm at Bama. It was like people who couldn't afford to stay in the super nice dorms, and then they put foreign exchange students and athletes in that dorm as well. So it was just me and a bunch of people that didn't speak English and a bunch of athletes, and then my roommates, my completely random roommates. I just hopped in a random room. And 2 of them were fucking crazy. 2 of them were normal. One of them is my best friend now. Shout out the boy if he's watching this. But one of them was insano mode, dude. That guy was crazy. When I walked in, the first day I walked in on campus, like my parents had just left, he had drugs on the coffee table. I was like, whoa. He loved some drug called Klonopin. I don't know what Klonopin is. He loved it. He talked about it all the time. He did it all the time. I think it's like Xanax. And he loved to freestyle. Probably just as much as he loved Klonopin. He would get really high. Yeah, clonazepam. Sedative. Treats seizures, panic disorder, and anxiety. Yeah, it's like one of those. It's like a Xanax or something. So he would do that all the time. And he, like Valium? Interesting. Oh, it's a benzo. Uh-huh. So he loved that, and he loved to freestyle. He would freestyle all the time. He would be like, why don't we turn on a J. Cole type beat? And I'd be like, no, let's not do that. He'd be like, come on, man. Let's spit. Let's spit. And then he would just end up making you listen to his freestyle in the common room, and it was always awful. He would bring girls back home and freestyle in front of them sometimes. And he had weird, like, he would get angry all the time. He had, like, fits of rage. He would do, he would have dreams about his ex-girlfriend and wake up and break shit. Like, one time I was in the room, and I heard him go, like, rah! And I went out of the living room, and he's, like, laying in the rubble of the coffee table. And I was like, dude, did you just break my coffee table? He was like, I fell. I said, I heard you yet. You went, rah! You didn't fall. No one does that when they fall. And he was like, yeah, Brooke, I had a dream about my ex-girlfriend. And, like, he loved, like, one time I was like, he kept asking me to go get margs, like, randomly on, like, a Tuesday. And I was like, dude, I have class. And he was like, and he broke the toothbrush he had in half in front of me. I guess as, like, an intimidation tactic. He was quite the guy. We had tile floor. This story is insane. We had tile floor and cinder block walls. I was prison style. That was my dorm. Look up like old school dorm. It looked like a prison. The room I was in, you could reach out both your arms and touch either wall at the same time. Touch both of the walls, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Look up Burke Hall. Oh yeah, it was like let's see. They make it look way nicer. This shit does not look like this. They may have destroyed my dorm room. Literally this. I stayed in this shit. This is where and this was the big room. I was in a room half this size, but he was in a room like this that he shared with a person. So picture this, no carpet, okay? Tile floor, cold tile floor. I'm studying for an econ test. I'm taking econ now because I'm thinking about switching to business. So I walk out, yeah, exactly like this. I walk out of my room into the common room to get some water, and he is like laying naked on the cold tile floor. We didn't have carpets or anything, just his little sad butt cheeks just on the cold tile floor, right in front of my room, just like having this chick ride him crazy style. And I was like trying to like maneuver with my back facing them to get water. I was like, don't mind me. I'm just coming to get some water. They just continued having sex. Yeah, that was awesome. What a guy. I wonder what he's up to now. He's probably in jail, honestly. Also, he would always say, I have so many thoughts on this guy. He would make up a major. He'd be like, oh, me? I'm studying bionuclear medicine science. And I'd be like, that is not a major. That is not something that exists. It was, for real, he'd always say, like, nuclear medicine science. I don't think nuclear medicine is even a thing. I think his major was literature, actually. But, you know, He drank heavily. I drank heavily. He drank more heavily than me, though, more often. But we're getting back to our roots here, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that I've finished my beer. Maybe I should get another one. Maybe I should get 5 more.
It's the
Whoa, here they are. Wow, 5 beers. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to be doing today. In front of me, as you can see, there are 5 beers. In each of the glasses, there could be Michelob Ultra, Miller Lite, Busch Light, Modelo, or Bud Light. Those are the 5 beers. I don't know which of these beers is which. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to taste test, just a little sip test, just a little classy sip out of each of the numbered glasses, and I'm going to take a guess on which light beer is which. So this is a light beer tasting. But if I get it wrong, Harry's going to let me know, and I'm going to have to chug this baby. So without further ado, let's get started with number 1, I guess. This one looks like pee. This one looks like pee of an unhealthy person. A deeply dehydrated person. That's what this looks like. All the other ones look like what I think light beers would look like. This one is dark. That looks like someone's piss. And hopefully it'll taste like it too. So, let's do it. Numero uno. I have no fucking idea, dude. I have no fucking idea. Oh, no. The guy at the liquor store was like, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. I was like, shut up, idiot. Because for some reason I thought I should tell him why I was buying all this beer at like 12 p.m. on a Wednesday. I was like, listen, man. It's for a video. All right, beer tasting. It's classy. I have no idea. It's hard to tell, too, because they're warm. They're warm. I don't know if that affects the taste, but these have been sitting on this table outside for quite some time. I am going to go... You know, we've got... I mean, there's definitely hints of elderberry here. For sure. Yeah, let me swish in my mouth. I'm going to finish this glass by the time I decide. Strong mahogany tones, definitely. There's mahogany tones, you know, a bit of a splash of elderberry. You know, it's nice and warm. It's got nice warm undertones as well. I feel like I know what Mich Ultra tastes like. That's like my classic beer. I feel like I know what that one tastes like. But this is adjacent to Mich Ultra. In my head. That makes sense. So I feel like this is probably Bud Light. It could be Miller Lite. Shit, hold on. Oh, we're getting something new here. That's a bit of a... hints of apricot. I'm trying to sound like a beer sommelier. Those guys just like to drink. My uncle and aunt, they're wine tasters, but they just like to drink wine. I'm locking in Bud Light.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer, Bud Light.
Incorrect.
Are you serious? What? Oh, I guess you can't tell me. Can you tell me what it is? I guess that'll help with the process of elimination. I guess we'll do that at the end. It's not Bud Light. Damn, if that's Mich Ultra, I don't know shit about anything because I feel like I would be able to tell Mich Ultra. Okay, well I guess
I'm gonna give you the description that I found online for this beer.
Okay.
Sweet, grainy taste mixed with corn and a light hoppy finish.
Right. Those are words that make sense. Definitely tasted the corn.
Yeah.
No
That's
mention
actually
of
going to be a theme in today's episode.
corn. Okay. I'll keep that in
Yeah.
mind. Really, this is quite corny.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, fuck me, I guess. Here we go. Ugh. That wasn't that bad, but I didn't want to fill it all the way up to the top because I imagine I'm getting all of these wrong. Damn, dude. I feel like the more I drink, too, the less accurate I'm going to be.
I was thinking about that.
Fuck. These are the three. Right now, I'm thinking this is Modelo, and this is like Bush or something, and then these are Bud, Miller. Oh, the Nats are coming out to play. I've got a Nat problem. They probably love beer. I feel like this is. I guess it's not Bud Light. That could have been, let's say, Mick Ultra, Bud Light, Miller Lite. These are all the lights, I feel like, just based on their lightness. Okay, here we go. Number 2. Corn. Definitely corn, definitely hoppy, or whatever they said. I don't like this one as much as the first one.
You want to try the next one to compare it?
Yeah. Because I feel like that's Miller Lite, and this next one is either Bud Light or Mick Ultra. Fuck, they taste the same. God damn it. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay, shot in the dark. I'm running out of funny adjectives. Oh, there's hints of fucking piss and shit or something. Oh, wow. Hints of semen, I get. Okay, number 2, let's lock in Miller Lite.
Wrong.
Crazy. Crazy.
The term that gets thrown around a lot that I've been looking up is people use the term skunky.
What?
Positively.
Skunky is a positive?
They're like, it's got a skunky, nice, bright flavor.
What? Oh, yeah, this one's a bit skunky, which is good.
All right, that one is described as there's a very light fruitiness and a skunk showing in a semi-crisp aroma that's neither enticing nor offensive.
What?
Yeah.
There's a skunky aroma that's not good or bad. It's just kind of there. Fruity? This shit tasted just like this shit. Okay, so not Miller Lite. God damn. Okay. Oh, yeah, skunky. Oh, yeah, that is skunky, brother. Whew, that's got some skunk to it, for sure. All this beer has gone straight to my ween. Every time I drink beer, I got to piss like a racehorse. But I'll power through. Oh, shit. Number 3, okay. This one, again, no idea, dude. Let's see. It feels less harsh than this one now. But I didn't have that opinion earlier. So maybe I'm just so in my head. This one's less skunky, I think. I think there's less skunk to this one.
I can confirm that based on the reviews.
Excellent. I'm getting good at this, guys. Okay. So I said this one was Bud Light. I was wrong. This one I said was Miller Lite. I was wrong. That's crazy. What the fuck? Okay, so So this could have been Mick Ultra. This, I'm guessing, was Bud Light. Mick Ultra, Bud Light. This could be Miller, then. Let's say Miller Lite for this one. For number 3.
Incorrect.
Oh my God.
I'll give you the analysis of this one. A subtle fruit and citrus aromas complement this light-bodied beer.
Awesome. Okay, that's really helpful. That one was actually not as descriptive as the other ones. I like the short and sweet. Fuck. Okay, so I said this was Bud Light. I said this was Miller Lite. I said this was Miller Lite. Incorrect. This could have been Bud Light. But I thought that this was Mick Ultra. And I said Bud Light. Maybe I should have said Bud Light.
You want to guess number 1 again, and I'll tell you if you got it right. You don't need to do it.
Is it Bud Light?
No.
Oh, wait, no. That was my first guess.
Oh, that was your
I've been
guess.
drinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus. Is it Mick Ultra?
No.
Are you fucking serious? I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. All right. Fuck, dude. Okay. Interesting. It's not Bud Light or Mick Ultra. This one has got to be Bud Light, then. There's no way this one is Bud Light. But it's not Miller Lite. Maybe it's Busch. I don't know anything about Busch. I don't drink Busch. I'm a fan of the Busch myself, but not the president, but the, pubes. But I don't really drink the beer. Okay, well, all right, 3 wrong. Oh, that's getting harder to do. Oh, I got to tap into my University of Alabama days. Okay, number 4, which I think is Modelo, based on the look of it. Because Modelo, you can see through the glass, and you can see kind of what color it is. Oh, goodness. It's Mexican undertones. That's for sure Modelo. I don't even have to. That's Modelo for sure. I know what Modelo tastes like. If that's not Modelo, I don't know. Something bad is going to happen. That's Modelo for sure. It's got to be.
That is Modelo. You are right.
Yes!
That is a crisp adjunct lager with corn forward flavor, some graininess, light honey, and subtle fruit.
Cool. Sure. Tasted all that, actually. Nothing about... No Mexican undertones?
I didn't say Mexican undertones.
Interesting.
No.
This is
But
the drink of their country, I think.
I believe Modelo is the most popular beer in the world now.
Oh, it's the drink of the world, then. Yeah, that's got a strong taste. All the other ones kind of taste the same. This one was shit, though. This one was like if you took a regular light beer and poured a little Modelo in to the light beer. That's what I felt like this one was, and I'm so curious to find out which one number 2 is. Okay, number 5. We are 1 for 4. Fuck. Right? Yes, 1 for 4 right now. And now we are on to number 5. Let's see. I have no idea. It's very thick. It's like a thick, syrupy beer. And maybe I'm just making shit up at this point. If this one was skunky, this one's skunkier. This one, I think this one's Miller Lite. I think this one is It honestly tastes like a Miller High Life. I used to do those. Like I'm doing lines of Coke. I used to do Miller High Lifes all the time. This one, that's got to be Miller Lite. There's no fucking way. Let me try and do some bullshit. Ooh, hints of Miller Lite. All right, Miller Lite. Locking in, number 5.
Miller Lite, you are right.
Yeah! Let's fucking go. All right, dude. That was not awful. 2 for 5. Not a passing score, but decent. Hold on. Got something to say. Goodness gracious. One more for you. Hold up. For the boys back home. Imagine I just puked on this podcast. All right.
Like the baseball pitcher that puked mid throw.
Mid pitch? Dude, it'd be a hot clip. Be all over the internet. Lay it on me, Harry. What the fuck are these? I have no idea. I was in the ballpark, though. I was in the ballpark. No, I wasn't, actually, at all.
I do think if you had started with 5 and gone 4, 3, 2, 1, you might have had a better,
I agree.
Because I think those are the two most distinct of the three. Okay. Number 1, Busch Light.
Crazy. Okay.
Number 2, Bud Light.
Number 2 is Bud Light?
Yeah.
Dude, Bud Light sucks. That was crazy.
Number 3, Michelob Ultra.
I thought it could be. I thought it could be Mick Ultra. Number 2, I had no idea was Bud Light. Number 1 could have been anything. It could have been any of the 3. Number 3, I thought certainly was... I don't even remember my guess. Did I say Bud Light? I said Miller Lite. I guess I thought certainly it was Miller Lite, but for some... Now, in retrospect, I'm totally seeing how I could have said Mick Ultra. Wow. Okay. These two are definitely the most distinct of the 5. Modelo, I could recognize anywhere. That shit has such a distinct taste of whatever the hell they said. This one, Miller Lite is just thick. And there seems to be something... Those are just bubbles. Okay. All right. So,
what would put them in order of which ones you like the best?
Which ones I like the best? See, now that I know, I want to put... All right, here...
Damn. Rest in peace, Bud Light. Oh.
All right, this is what I'm doing. I'm going... Busch is the best warm from this experiment. I did like the first one. Granted, that was the first beer that touched my lips, so maybe that has something to do with it. This third one, which is Mick Ultra, that's my baby. That one was pretty good. And then number 5, Miller Lite, not bad. Number 2, Bud Light. This one sucked. This one tastes like one of the light beers, but a little bit shittier. Modelo, I don't like Modelo. It tastes shitty, and it tastes... Hold on. Still shitty. Yeah, it's got a little sting to it. It kind of stings your taste buds. But, all right, guys, so now we're done with that segment. I'm done drinking all the beer, and I feel, dare I say, a little bit intoxicated. A tiny bit. Not too much. Just enough to give some fantastic expert advice. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it, you love it, the recurring segment. I will be giving you advice right now. Harry, hit me. Let's do it.
Okay, so last night, me and my boyfriend got into a fight for no reason. I was venting because my 2 best friends hate each other, and I got in the middle of it, and I don't want to lose them both. And I was about to start crying to him, and he said, quote, "Bruh, get over it. It's not that deep." and I hate him for it. What am I supposed to do?
I'm on his side right now. Oh, that's the end of it? Shit.
How do you deal with
Shit. Listen, maybe it's just because I've been drinking, but sometimes it's not, Sometimes it's not that deep. I don't know. What is the conflict? Her friend is our best friend is arguing. What is it?
They're just mad at each other.
Dude.
I think she's mad that her friends are mad at each other.
You're not even involved in the conflict? Listen, it's fair for him to say that. I'm team that guy. I'm sorry. But, sometimes it's not. He could have been a little bit more empathetic. He could have been like, babe, listen, sometimes, don't even worry. You don't even have to worry about that. It's, not even that deep, Instead of saying, bruh, it's not that deep. That's a little standoffish, but also... it's not, your friends are arguing and maybe it sucks, but also it's don't let that affect your life that much. It's okay. And maybe that's just the beer talking.
Where do you stand on calling a significant other bruh?
Oh my God. Absolutely. And again, maybe that's why I'm team that guy. I say bruh all the time. I say dude all the time. I've had girlfriends that I'll be like, dude, check this out. They always hate it every time. There's not a single girl that I've ever dated ever that has enjoyed being called dude or bruh. But that's just in my vernacular. And it's like a term of endearment. I'm like, dude, check this shit out. Or I'm like, bruh, what about this thing? So for me, that's just in my vernacular, and that's, how I talk to people. But I get how, a significant other wouldn't be... liked bringing down to the level of dude or bruh. But, especially in that scenario, but also, bruh, it's not that big of a deal. Really. Certainly. It's not. I don't think so. Unless there's just some crazy shit happening between your friends. But it's probably just her friend talked to, she ended up talking to a man that she was talking to or whatever the fuck. It's probably not that deep, actually. I guess I'm just saying exactly what he's saying.
What's the worst possible thing that could have happened that you can still hit them with, bruh, it's not that deep?
I like how you're guiding me in the right direction. I'm so succinct with these answers because I've been drinking. You're like, what about this? So I think if it's anything like
if their mom got in a car accident.
Yeah, their mom got in a car accident.
Okay.
That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. But then she's okay. So it's like, is it that deep? So grandma dying. Pretty deep, but why would two friends be arguing over a grandma dying, It's probably some bullshit, is what I'm saying. But to answer your question, I would say, if it's like a friend you care deeply about, and it was maybe a cheating situation, one of the friends got with the friend's boyfriend or something, that's pretty serious, and if it's a close friend, you're going to tell that situation to your significant other. So we just don't have enough context, but I would guess that it's probably not that deep. But if it is that deep, I don't know, use your own discretion. If it's super deep, if it's some deep-ass shit, maybe be like, hey, man, I didn't like how you phrased that. That's pretty insensitive. But if it's just they're bickering over bullshit, he's probably right, So there we go. Advice.
Next one. Dear Tyler, my ex broke up with me because I wasn't Catholic, in parentheses, I'm Protestant, and is now talking to an atheist. What do I do?
Yeah, you made that shit up. That shit was made up. That was some made up shit. That was some bullshit to get you off. And here's the thing is it's pretty hard to be like, hey, I don't like you anymore. It's pretty difficult to have that conversation. So if you could come up with a bullshit reason, it'll give you an out, right? So that's probably why he did that. or she? Is this a girl submitting this? Or fuck. I'm going to get myself in trouble. It doesn't matter. Your significant other. All right, that's probably why they came up with that, just to have an out. Because it's really hard to be like, hey, I don't like you because of X, Y, and Z. Or like, I'm not happy because of X, Y, and Z. It's very easy to just be like, well, I'm a Catholic, you're a Protestant. Obviously, this isn't going to work out. But, I don't know. I've been there. I had a girl one time when I was in high school text me. We were dating. It was my first official girlfriend ever. And she texted me one day, and she was like, hey, I don't think this is going to work out. I just talked to God, and he said that, like, this wasn't going to work out. And I was like, oh, I guess I can't argue with God. I mean, what? You didn't really give me an option to defend myself here. And that was completely bullshit. She wanted to fuck some other guy. So that's not really advice, but just some closure. Probably just telling you something you already knew. Because he didn't, obviously if he's dating an atheist, that's way worse than Protestant. Man, the beliefs are way different, Catholic to atheist than Catholic to Protestant. So, just get over that guy. It's really the only option here, because obviously what he said was bullshit. So, or maybe he just wanted a bigger challenge, be with an atheist to convert an atheist to Catholicism as opposed to converting a Protestant to Catholicism. So there you go. You're welcome.
All right, next one. Last one. Dear Tyler. This one's long, so bear with, but it's
yeah, I'm strapped in.
It's extremely hard to follow. So
oh boy, that's par for the course for these.
It all started last fall semester. I joined this club and fell in love with this tall white boy.
Awesome.
He has the kindest eyes and a golden retriever smile, so I couldn't resist. He always flirted with me, in parentheses, even asked for my number and drove me around. I later found out he got a girlfriend during winter break, so naturally I stopped pursuing him. His best friend, who's the president of that club, is extremely hot and successful.
Pause.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Did we mention a club previously?
Yes. That's where the tall white boy
in a club
is in a club.
That's where they met?
She joined a club.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
I thought you were hitting me with like a, yo, pause. Like I had said something gay.
Pause. That was pretty gay.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's like I'm just reading it.
He's the president of the club. Pause. Yeah. It's pretty gay to be a president of a club.
Okay. His best friend is the president of the club, is extremely hot and successful, and starting swiping up on my Insta stories. We've been flirting with each other for months now, but he hasn't made a move yet, in parentheses, asked me out or tried to kiss me. So I kind of gave up on that, too. The third friend of their group has a huge crush on me, so I've hung out with him platonically a couple times now, but unfortunately, he's a short king. Damn. Mind you, I'm 5'3". And I'm also not really into his personality. Mind you, I'm 5'3" is what she said. Harry, am not.
Right,
5'3".
that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. What do you mean? Is he 4'9"?
Right. Yeah.
Or are you just picky?
And I'm also not really into his personality because he's very quiet. Help me, HansumFella. I've fallen for two bestie boys and can't choose one, even though they also won't choose me. That's it.
That's it?
Can a girl have two boyfriends? Should I choose the gun? Is how she ends it.
Okay. Well, that should I choose the gun? No, you shouldn't choose the gun. I'll start with that. It sounds like you don't have two boyfriends. You have zero boyfriends. What are we talking about right now? I'm so lost on this. When you were reading the first few guys and they kept ending in like, well, this isn't going to work because they don't like me or whatever, I'm thinking, okay, well, there's going to be some guy at the end of here, like at the end of this paragraph that I'll have to give this person advice on. But that never happened. Because what I was going to say is like, why even tell me the fucking backstory? Because those people are not options. These guys are not options. I don't understand what you want advice on. Here's some advice. If it's not an option, it's not an option. You know what I'm saying? If you yourself right now are like, well, this is the Sparks notes of what you just gave me. There was this first guy, and I was really into this first guy, but that didn't work out, and it's not going to work out. And then there's this second guy, but he's not into me. And then there's this third guy, but I'm not attracted to him. How am I going to deal with all these boyfriends? What do you mean? What are you talking about? You don't have any. Pursue some other options, that fit your criteria and also are into you. That's pretty important, That's probably the most important part about being in a relationship is that the other person is into you and attracted to you. So my advice would be, pursue some other people because guy A, B, and C, guy A and B are not into you and guy C you don't like. So I'm confused on what the question is here.
Well,
because
so there's one line I left out which adds a little bit of clarity to this, which is she said, is the second guy not choosing me because the third friend wants me? So
I forget they're all friends. If they're good bros, maybe.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then that's just not going to happen anyways because they're always going to be bros, and if you don't like the third guy. But then again, it's like, it depends on what your rules are. If these guys are close friends, but guy C does not have a chance with you in hell, then, why not guy B try? But I guess it depends on their relationship and what they're because like if getting with you is going to make guy C want to kill himself, guy B is probably not going to want to do that to his buddy. But it sounds like guy B is not into you really. So I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I guess your point is that he's not into you because of guy C, which probably not. But if that's the case, then, still, there's nothing you can do about that because they're always going to be buddies. So, I get this is like kind of like an unsolvable problem because there's not really, either change your standards for guy C or be like, guy C, this shit isn't going to work out. Guy B, does that change anything? And he's going to be like, no. And you're going to be like, oh, shit. Well, let me go. I don't even know why you mentioned guy A. I guess to just really tie together that they're all friends. But, yeah, I don't know. Get on Tinder or something. That's advice. Is that all the advice? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this very special, very drunk episode of The Normal Show. I feel like I feel like even though I haven't chugged a beer in quite some time, I feel like I'm getting progressively drunker and drunker. So I hope you enjoyed this drunk, awesome, fantastic episode of The Normal Show. Episodes come out every Wednesday. Make sure to watch them. Check out Normal Show on all the other platforms, or you can find streaming shit, whatever. You get the idea. I'll see you on the next step. Subscribe, like, save it, turn on the notice, all that stuff. Signing out. This is Tyler signing out. Goodbye. The Normal Show is produced by Harry Krinsky and Dave Bonowitz. Our editor is Dave Bonowitz. Theme music and graphics by Matt Zimmerman. We will see you next week.